Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. I praise God for you. I praise God that we are growing in God. And I want to let you know to focus on the solution, not the oppression. Life is what you make it. Let's make it beautiful. Let's focus on the beauty of life. Stop. Take a moment. Look at the clouds. Watch a sunset. Watch the birds, watch how they bicker and then they fly off together in love. They still fly off together, We need to stop focusing on the evil, focusing on the oppression, focusing on the spiritual warfare, because then there we go, off in the spiritual warfare, because we done been attracted to the distraction. That distraction is of evil, to pull us down into ground zero, into nothing, to have nothing, to be lost, like ships lost in uncharted waters. But here we grow in God, it's such a beautiful thing just to be able to stop and listen to the birds, take a picture of the clouds and get a message from God. That's where my messages come from. Messages from God, look to the hills. That's the clouds, not the TV, the telephone, not running to gossip and fueling the mess, fueling the spiritual warfare. Focus on God. Focus on the beauty. Focus on the beauty of life. Pray the love forward, because I'm going to tell you, when I tell you I love you, I truly, truly do. I love you as God commands me to. It's a pure love because my heart never turned cold for anything. I always been the same. My mother always said, she said that when I was a baby, she said I was always trusting, always believing, always trusting, going with anybody. And she used to worry about somebody kidnapping me. But that's how I've been all my life, trusting. I trust you till you show me different. And but I love you all the same. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter where you been. It don't matter what your doctrine is. What matters is that you go forth in love. We got one God. God, I'm telling you something. God is still the same. Is always have been, yesterday, today, and forever. God by any name is still the same. So there we go. There we grow, growing in God. We just go forth in love, in forgiveness, kindness. A little kindness goes a long way. A smile, a gesture to make someone's day. To make the world a better place for each other, for us all around, for one another. Let's just try to be the change, the domino effect. I'm going to be the change each and every day of my life. I'm committed to making the world a better place for my daughter. It don't matter who loves who you love. And if you say you more than one pronoun, then there's more of you to love. So I accept you as you are. I love you. I'm proud to love you in June. I'm proud to love you in July. I'm proud to love you any time of the year because I just love you, my dear. I truly do. And we need to pray the love forward each and every day. Pray the love forward all around the world for a better way. We're in 25% of the world, 25% of the world, and growing. We are growing, honey, growing in God, bringing forth the message of love. God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we that's what we got to look forward to. That's the message of God. And that's who we got to give an account to is God. God going to ask, what did you do? How did you make it better? We got to give an account to ourselves. Not to each other. Not to them. You ain't got to give their account. You got to give an account to them, but you ain't got to give their account. They got to give their own account. Like my mother said, every tub got to sit on its own bottom, and sure enough, it do, honey. I'm telling you. And that's how you get your breakthrough. It's praying it forward in love, letting go all that old stuff, rising like a great mountain that you are. Cause you're already on top, warrior. God done already brought you through, so come on and get your breakthrough. Come on and grow on. They want to talk about this critical race theory. I'm gonna tell you something. All races are critical, because the oppression is touching each and every one. You can sit back and point fingers and point this and point that. But while you're doing that, just like the cloud up there, it is 3 fingers pointing back at you. I'm telling you, what we need to do is face the facts. The facts are the facts. Slavery occurred, and we know who did it. So there you go. That ain't no critical race theory. But look, let me tell you something about a critical race. We had a young man in Chicago riding on the train, headed home from college. It don't matter. A bullet don't know no names. So I'm saying he riding, down in the train. He gets shot in the neck, and next thing you know, he paralyzed on a ventilator. He don't want to live like that, So he passed on. He gone. A 1-month-old baby. What a 1-month-old baby done to anybody. These people just been failed by the oppression. It don't. The oppression is affecting all of us. You can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. So what is this? The critical race theory. Look, while we sitting up talking about this foolishness, we got an epidemic going on. We got gun violence going on. And I applaud Andrew Cuomo. I applaud that king in New York, the governor, who trying to do something. He's making a stand. He getting ready to hold some people account. Because, look, guns steady flooding the streets into hands who don't supposed to have them. And maybe, even nobody, really, maybe you should think about it before you pull the trigger. Because, look, you getting ready to take a life. And I'm going to tell you something. When you take someone's life, honey, you done really took something. Whether you done took them out of here or whether they got to go to prison, you done really took something that you cannot give back. It's gone, and then you got to think about what you've done, because you got to give an account here on this earth and here in eternity, so you really need to think about what you do in life. I'm tell you, we got to realize that God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. We got to realize that we are going to give an account to our actions on this earth, how we running down this highway of life. We running down this highway of life, some of us, trying to get nowhere and get nothing. Because when in the end, you ain't taking it with you. Where you gonna take it to? What you gonna do with it? What does it all mean? See, because look now, we got some dominoes going on for sure. Because one person thought he could just have everything. But now you see, everything means nothing. Because, see, you're supposed to have the Lord. You're supposed to pray it forward in love. You're supposed to take care of the people. Take care of one another. Because now you see trying to get ahead. Trying to step on this person and get over here and not dot this I and dot that T. Now you see, you getting ready to go down for some things. But see, it just don't pay to do wrong. It don't pay. It really doesn't. It pays to go forth in righteousness. It really does. Do things in righteousness. Go forth in God each and every day for a better way in God. That's what I'm telling you, kings and queens. That's how you rise to reach your greatness in God. It ain't about you and the pounds and your pocketbook. It's about you, just you every day, each and every day. Lord, help me today for a better way. Help me, Lord, so I can grow to reach my greatness, so I can be the great warrior, Lord, so I can be here for my God-given purpose. I can hear, Lord, what it is that you want me to do to help advance your kingdom. Just say that prayer to God, honey, because I'm telling you something, your spiritual journey is between you and God. It's between you and God. We're spiritual beings, all of us. I'm telling you something. I done went on a journey from the time when I first started, back in October, and now here we are growing in God, in 47 countries, 25% of the world, and growing. We getting there. We chipping away at it. We chipping away at it. This movement, is propelled by God and the beloved ancestors. But honey, you are grow. You are what's making this movement grow. You are propelling this movement. Keep sowing love. Keep sowing love everywhere you grow. Keep sowing the seeds of love. Kindness goes a long way to making the world a better place. It really does. Just imagine if one of us just start, to be the change and make a difference. Look at what all we can do to make this world a better place for each other, for our children, for our legacies, for our tomorrow, for the entire world. Start doing better by the earth. Start doing better by the environment. Invest in companies who believe in investing in the environment. Just trying to listen to the young people, because they're very sad. Think about there's something I didn't really have to think about, when I went to school, was the environment. But I'm thinking about it now. I care about the environment. I care about the animals. I care about what's going on. I care about pollution. I care about what we're doing. I care about climate change. To think that there's no climate change, all these earthquakes, tornadoes, all this hurricanes, weather that we having, this was not going on like that. It's climate change. The earth is warming. Pollution. More pollution is being put in the air, in the ozone. It's depleting the ozone. We got to think about what we're doing for the children. We got to think about tomorrow. We got to think about the oceans. We done literally set the ocean on fire. The Gulf of Mexico on fire. How do you do that? No, how do you do that? Just how do you set the ocean on fire? Don't you think about the animals? The animals already there. We already having problem with animals becoming extinct. Okay. I'm for genuine equality and righteousness, honey. I am. I'm from genuine equality and righteousness. When it comes to people, when it comes to the environment, when it comes to animals, just genuine equality and righteousness. Cause I believe, God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. As we pray it forth in love, then we begin to care about our environment. We begin to be the change. We begin to start with us. We begin to stop playing the duck and dodge game with the police, tossing it out on the highway. We begin to think of a better way. We begin to think of doing things different, just praying it forward in love, whoever you come in contact with each and every day, showing an example to your children. Cause what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be thought of? Don't think, don't think like that. Don't think that you just gonna be here forever, honey. We all got a checkout time. We don't know when and where that's gonna be, but we all got a checkout time, and we want to get right before we get left. We don't want to be left. We want to enter into the kingdom. Cause I'm telling you, there is a kingdom, honey. There is a kingdom. I've been in touch with the spirit world. I'm not the only one that's pushing this movement. It's beloved ancestors that are pushing this movement, honey. This movement was birthed in a haunted house, and I was surrounded by demons in the house. So now here we grow in God. God rose up. Because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. God showed me that. God showed me how to step out on faith, not to be afraid of nothing. And showed me you are over anything. Ain't nothing over you. You are over anything. You a queen. I made you to be a queen. I didn't make you to be no meek housewife, be running up behind him in some foolishness. I made you to stand up and walk out on faith and step out on power. And start to grow, and then sow the love and show them how to grow. See, we all gonna rise up in power. We gonna rise up like the great kings and queens and warriors that we are, honey. I'm telling you something. God got a great army. So look at God's army. See, God's army don't know it's time to get together. It's time to get the troops. Rally up the troops. Reveille. It's time to rally up the troops. See, they don't know that I'm shouting a call out. But here we grow. We growing in God, honey. And I'm shouting it out. It's time for all God's kings and queens, warriors, keepers of the dream. It's time for us to rise to your greatness. Rise to your greatness. Greatness in God. Greatness in God. Rise to your greatness. Rise to your greatness. Greatness in God. Greatness in God. Each and every day, honey, pass me the side. I got a whole lot of side. I'm telling you something. I'm going to keep on throwing some seeds as far as I think they going to grow. And sow the seeds of love. Here we grow with the water hose. God, here come God. Come on, turn it up, God. Here we got to go over here. We got to run down here to Haiti. Come on, God, turn it up. Turn the water hose back there. Turn that water hose up. We got to turn it up down here on Haiti, because I'm going to tell you something. Peace with getting ready to come over Haiti like a subsiding ocean, honey. It's just getting ready to rock in place. It's getting ready to rock in place. Peace is coming over Haiti. Haiti, I love you. I wish they had named you Haiti. Haiti. No, we love you, Haiti. We love you, okay? Throw some love on Haiti. Throw love on the name Haiti. So we love Haiti. Yes, we do, Haiti. So we sowing seeds of love all over Haiti. We gonna rise up in God. We gonna rise to reach our greatness. We not gonna focus on the oppression. We gonna focus on the solution. The solution is to grow. The solution is to rise. Despite what's going on, honey, I'm waiting on my breakthrough too. Yo, but I got to keep growing on. I can't stop saying, oh, what I'm going to do. It ain't even happened yet. No. Woe is not me. Woe is not you. So we got to keep growing on in God. Because see, if we don't, guess what? If we stop and start focusing on the spiritual warfare, start focusing on the oppression, start looking over there. Well, look at what they got going on. Wait a minute. I know what you saying. Well, wait, they got this going on over here. I got to stop and see, because look, honey, turn around. In God we trust. So forget that foolishness. We going on in God. In God we trust. Not in foolishness. It didn't say that. It don't say in the TV. It don't say none of that. It say it don't say in Young the Rested. And Jerry Spring don't say none of that. In God we trust. So we got to go on with God, honey. We can't go on with Jerry Springer's final thought. I appreciate that. We got to go on in God, honey. In God we trust. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I'm tell you something. You can focus on the oppression. You can sit there and just look at it, and the oppression will lead to depression. You be like, man, I just can't believe. It'll chip away at you. It do, but you can't let it. You got to look at life and make life beautiful. Life is beautiful. Just look around. Watch the birds. Look at the sun. Watch the trees. I'd rather watch the trees blowing in the wind than watch and listen to anybody gossiping. I'm serious. I'd rather just sit here and look at the trees. It's so peaceful. See, it ain't no drama over there looking at the trees. Sit there and watch that. Instead of listening to that foolishness they talking about. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Through wisdom. I love you, kings and queens. It's time to rise to your greatness. Greatness in God.